into the snow. Today I'm going to be installing a dash cam in my 2011 Toyota Tacoma. Right now I've got it idling, letting it warm up, let some of the plastics heat up a little bit inside, and we'll get started. So the camera that I have is the Rove R2-4K Dual. It'll be interesting to see how it does in the Tacoma, just because obviously that back window is going to be on the inside of my topper. If nothing else, it'll be a little dark, but I think it'll still work. The camera comes with its own 128 gigabyte micro SD card with the option to upgrade to up to a terabyte, I think it said. This looks like everything I'm going to need for the install. I have my own tools here, but the kit does come with its own right there, which is pretty cool. The reason why I'm letting my truck warm up is I am going to use the sticky mounts, and for those, they recommend using their electrostatic film. For that, I want to make sure that the windows are a little bit warmer. You can see it comes with a couple different power cords. This one's for the rear camera only, and it says it. This is the power cord for the front camera, and then I think this is just an alternative front power cord just in case you need something a little shorter. Pretty cool little piece of kit. All right, so right now we're in my truck, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to stick this that's going to be relatively out of the way. It does say to stay away from the dot pattern up there, so maybe over here. Might do something just slightly below it, because when I'm driving, that's a little bit out of the way. As for the rear, like I said, it's going to be shooting through about 3 layers of glass here, so I'm not as worried about this one. I'll probably mount it dead center on this back part and let it see out whatever it sees out. It's a little tough to see, but you can kind of see the outline there. I do have the electrostatic film up on my back window here. Like I said, with the rear, I'm not as worried about it. I already wiped off the front, and now I'm gonna get this installed. All right, so I went ahead and I installed the film and the sticky mount. I like with these, it's just that two-sided sort of 3M foam tape. With them, I like to have a habit of just pushing it, holding it for about 30 seconds. That ends up securely putting it in place, and now it's pretty solid on there. So this is about where that front camera is going to sit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready and I'm going to start running these wires. I have the power outlet right here. I need to swap this out for the one that they sent because that has the right plug. And then I'm just going to run it over same as I did with my GPS and my sort of underside lighting there. I'm going to run it in behind. I use this for my glasses wipes. Going to run it behind there, over, sort of out near my GPS cable there. But instead, I'll run it up the A-pillar over. And then I'll run the power cord for the rear from this side all the way over and into the back. Should be pretty easy. All right, I've got the rear camera in place. As you can see, it's right up against that back glass. We'll see how it does. I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but there it is. I like how it's looking. All right, as you can see, I got my visor off, and then these guys, they just fold open, and inside of them are these little 10 millimeters. You can kind of see they snap open through this little lock on the side. Visor's down, got to take this visor off, and then I'll probably drop this just so that I can get better access to up here right behind the headliner. Got to take the A-pillars out on both sides, and then I should be all set to start wiring it up. This upper center console area, this has one screw right in there, and then it just sort of pops. There's a couple of pull tabs right here. Pops right down, and then you're all set there. Interestingly enough, this does come pre-wired for the compass and outside temperature gauge. That's what that plug is right there. And it goes right here, which is just a dummy plug. And as you can see on mine, I just have the little garage door opener spot. On this side, you can see it's the same thing as the other side, just mirrored. You've got your 2 screws here. This guy, twist and pull. There we go. That can get set right in there. Yeah, so we'll do these 2 screws. There's 2 screws behind these covers. The one here, the one here. There's a screw behind this just so we can pop this side down. We'll be able to run that wire nice and clean over there. One thing I like to do is I like to put hardware back where it goes as long as it's not going to interfere, which in this case, obviously it won't. I'll put it back where it goes for safekeeping. That way, when it is time to put this visor back on, there they are. I don't have to look. All right, so I got this little handle here pulled down. Took the trim piece off. You can see I've got very easy access all the way up through. This trim piece started hanging here. I got this hook pulled down. And now, as you can see, I've got decent enough access behind the headliner, just around the cable to there. All right, I got the wire to the rear buttoned up. It runs all the way over there. There's a little bit of extra bunched up right up in this corner. And then it goes right there. And you can see it's plugged right in. I did a little bit of off-camera magic. The wire now goes through this, all the way in, along the headliner, down and under. And then it goes through from here, all the way under the dash, and out. It goes underneath the sunglass holder, or I guess my glasses cleaner holder, over, and it joins on to this one. While I was in here, I also modified this, dremeled a little bit of a hole here so that my GPS power wire had a little bit cleaner of a way to go, because as of before, it was kind of poking out right here. So I also ran that properly while I was in there. All right, moment of truth. Look at that. Wired up correctly. Make sure that the rear camera is correct too. It should be. Look at that.
Format the memory card before first time use.
Format the memory card. Overall, I'm really impressed with this thing. Install was pretty easy. Obviously, the most time-consuming part is going to change based on your vehicle. The Tacoma is built like Lego bricks, so it comes apart very easily. I'll throw some example videos in right now. And on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope that if you have a dash cam, and specifically a 2011 Toyota Tacoma access cab, this is a walk in the park. This should be the same for most Tacomas. Obviously, access cab, double cab, single cab, the headliner is going to change a little bit. But besides that, everything should be relatively similar for you.